All right, guys, welcome to Gary's E-Trike Adventures today. Today, we're going to take out the Lectric XP Trike 2. We're going to take this thing for a ride. We're going to discuss on this ride the differences between the 750 model and the 500 watt model. So there are some big differences. Whether or not you need it or not, that's what we're going to discuss. So it's $300 more to get that top version of that, the 750 versus the 500. So we will discuss the differences so that you can understand better and make an educated, decision as to which one you want, whether or not that $300 would be worth getting for you. And there are some big differences, so we are going to discuss it. Guys, let's go for a ride. All right, guys, we are out and riding on the Lectric XP Trike 2 here. This bike has a Cadence sensor on it, and that's, to me, the biggest problem with this bike, and that would be the reason why I would go with the 750 version of this, because I like torque sensor over Cadence. But Cadence isn't necessarily what everybody wants. So that's why I wanted to explain what the difference between torque and cadence is, and then we'll go over the rest of the differences on these trikes, and you will be able to understand better whether or not you would want to pay that extra $300. In my mind, I would pay it because I'm dealing with hills. This is a 12-degree hill we're going down here, so this is what I'm dealing with. A lot of hills. This bike can handle it with the 500 watt motor on it, but it would do even better with the 750 motor on it. So again, bigger battery, bigger motor, big pluses for me. Not necessarily if you lived in a flat area. In Florida, I think the 500 watt motor in Florida would be plenty. So at that point, would you need more battery? I don't think so. I think you would be absolutely fine with 500 watts if you lived in like Florida. And the only thing that would make me spend that extra 300 if I lived in Florida is the torque sensor on it. I really wish that they would come out with this with a switchable Cadence torque sensor on it. That way there we could choose which one we wanted. Hey Levi, next time you come out with a trike or come out with a newer version of this thing, put a switchable torque sensor on it, please. That would make it awesome. We've got, again, a bigger motor, bigger battery. So you spend the extra $300, you get the bigger battery. Do I think the 300 is worth it? Absolutely. 300 is probably way under what it would cost you to have this stuff. So I think it's a fantastic deal for the extra 300. But again, I'm not saying you need to spend that money. Depending on your area, depending on what you plan on doing with these trikes, if you're going to pedal around your neighborhood, you're going to go out there, let's say, I don't know, a 5-mile ride. And 5 miles for a lot of people, that's a lot. So just consider that. So you're going to go out there for a 5-mile ride, so you don't need a bigger battery. And if you're doing a 5-mile ride, it's probably in neighborhoods and stuff. So do you need to go faster? Because that bigger 750 is capable of doing like 2 more miles an hour. So, and to me, that's not a big deal. I go out on trikes that do 25 miles an hour. This one here is limited to 14 miles an hour, something like that. I think you can go 16 on the 750, 17, something like that. Not 100% sure what exactly the speed is. If they send me one, I will let you know. As far as I know, not too many people have got the 750 yet, so I don't know whether or not they're going to be sending me one. I hope they do, because these are awesome, and I'd love to have something to compare it to. This is definitely a big upgrade on the last one they made. The one was great, #1 selling trike out there too, and this is a big improvement over it. Really wish they had put gears on it, but I get the idea why they didn't put the gears on it, because You know, it's just one more complication that not everybody needs. And I've discussed this before. My wife does not want to have gears. She doesn't want to deal with shifting. So I get it. Me, I'm a, speed demon. So I want gears, but I totally get why they didn't put gears on it. And this is a nice, if I was going to go out and pedal a trike with my wife, this would be very nice because it goes along, we could talk, nice speed. I'm going 11 miles an hour right now. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm not getting a lot of exercise though because I'm just rotating my feet. And again, that's, go back to the, let's talk about this torque sensor versus cadence sensor in a little bit more depth here so that you guys understand what the differences are. If with this is a cadence sensor on this thing, I rotate my feet and it's just like hitting the throttle. I don't have to put any pressure into it if I don't want to. I could just literally rotate my feet. If you're on a torque sensor bike, you have to actually put pressure into the pedals. So you've got to be involved with the trike is what I'm saying. You have to press on those pedals, which is going to make you pedal harder, and because the less you pedal, the less you press, the slower the trike goes. So you can control the speed very nice with the torque sensor. The cadence, whatever I have it set at pass-wise, is just gonna go to that speed. We have it in sport now, and if I just rotate my feet, this thing is going to wanna go to as fast as this will go in the Sport Plus, which is looking like it's around 9 to 10 miles an hour here. We were going up a little bit of a hill. So yeah, looking at 10, 12 miles an hour, but we're going downhill now. So it's just, doesn't matter. I'm not putting any effort in at all, just rotating my feet. And again, it's just like hitting the throttle. So if I just hit the throttle on this bike, it's gonna bring me to the same speed. But if it was a torque sensor, now if I pedal lightly, it's going to go slow. So you can literally run the bike in the highest pass that they have, and you can control your speed down to 1 mile an hour if you wanted to, just by the pressure you're putting in. So it is an awesome thing, but it's not necessary for everybody. A lot of people want to just go out there. A lot of people don't even, rotate their feet. They just want to hit the throttle. And I could care less whether you rotate your feet, whether you have a torque sensor, a cadence sensor, or if you throttle. I love the fact that you guys want to get out off the couch, get out there and enjoy yourself. Get out in this beautiful weather. And, like I said, just getting out here is a healthy thing. Sitting on your couch watching Fox News and listen about this, all the crap that's going on in the world is not a great thing to do. I highly suggest grabbing a trike, grabbing an e-bike, whatever it is, and get out there and just get out there and stop, sitting on that couch and get some exercise. Exercise just mentally. You don't have to physically get exercise, So again, this goes all the way up to turbo on this, and turbo would be your fastest, which will bring you up to whatever the speed limit is on the throttle. So let's just throttle it here. See how fast it goes. It should be around 14 miles an hour. We're at 15 now, but we're kind of going down a hill. So it's now leveling out. We're dropping back to 14, and I can feel it kick in at 14. So 14 miles an hour. Is your highest speed on this. Very comfortable seat on this though. This is a very comfortable ride, guys. I do have a video out there of, the full review on this thing, folding it and everything else so that you can see how that works. It's not the easiest thing to fold and throw in your car, so you don't want to think that. But, I go out there, I deal with some of these streets. I don't have nice neighborhoods. I do have nice neighborhoods. We were just in one, but a lot of my streets are like this. They're main streets. So I got to get out there and move along with cars. But so you've got, the next thing is the battery on these things. To go from the 500 to the 750, the battery increases on it. Again, I always think that you can't go wrong by buying more. you're never going to go, oh, I should have got the other one. So yeah, I'd make that $300 decision. Even if I lived in Florida, I don't know. I'd be on the fence about it. Again, I wouldn't want to later on go, oh man, I should have bought the bigger one, bigger battery, bigger whatever. You know, all of a sudden you decide that, hey, I really like doing this, and I live in the villages in Florida, and I want to go out and I want to, you know, go to the other side of the villages, and it's, I don't know, 30 miles. And then you're going, oh, I should have bought the bigger battery. So the battery's going to cost you more than the increase. I want to say that battery's $500+ plus. So $300 to get a bigger motor, bigger battery, and the torque sensor is a deal and a half. That's why I'm saying, really think about what you're doing. If you don't need it, then don't buy it. But if you do think you need it, buy it. Spend the extra $300 for sure. Do it. You can't go wrong for spending more in the long run, unless you don't use it. I see a lot of these trikes sitting on Facebook Marketplace that people bought them, never used them, and they're selling them. So they're out there. So you gotta, you know, before you go spend all this money on it, decide whether or not you're gonna do it. Everybody thinks you're gonna do it. Are you really gonna do it? Because I don't wanna see you waste money. Especially, you know, a lot of seniors out there, less than 2 years, I will be retired also. And then we're gonna have that fixed income. So you got a fixed income, you don't wanna blow your money. So definitely, you know, look at my videos, watch them, see if this is absolutely something you wanna do before you go and spend the money. But if you do want to spend the money, definitely use my link, please. I'll have it down in the comments. The channel could use the support for sure, especially with Lectric. No one ever uses my links, so I'd appreciate if you used it. But so you've got the motor. We discussed the motor. You know, whether or not, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of hill climbing. I got a lot of hills around here. So this, I got to tell you, this 500-watt motor, it's fine. I climb every hill around here, but the 750 is going to do it a little bit better. So yeah, I would go with the 750 for my area. Plus, like I said, it's a bargain at the $300. Bigger battery, bigger motor, and torque sensor. And the torque sensor is the biggie for me. Like I said, that would be the big decision maker right there. Even if it had the 500-watt motor, and I don't know if I'd spend $300 just for a torque sensor, but probably would. You know, this bike is inexpensive relatively for what it is. It's a very quality trike. Is it the best one in the world? No. But it's a very quality trike for what you're paying. All these trikes they're pushing $2,000 nowadays. So I think this is a very respectable price for this bike. Been out here pedaling away and haven't used any battery. I wouldn't expect to. I do have the bigger batteries for this bike because I do have a lot of electric bikes, and it's not an issue for me. I am, though, literally just rotating my feet on this, but that's okay because I'm going for another ride today on another bike, and I don't want to get tired out here doing this, but I wanted to get a video up on this bike. I haven't taken it out in a little while. In fact, you know, it's been summer for me. As you can see, it's fall now. Leaves are falling down. The colors starting to go up on the trees. You know, it's time to get back to the trikes. So the winter is trike season for me. These guys, you know, you guys are probably like, oh, go out in the winter on a trike, a bike. Yeah, I bike all year long, but the trikes are very good at it. With the 3 wheels, you can just be very controlled, and you don't have to worry about, you know, sliding out and falling over. These are great for riding in the winter. I use them all winter long, and I kind of abandon the bikes. But I got to tell you, I'm going to try the bikes a little bit more this year. I'm going to put snow tires on it, but we'll see what happens. But, you know, definitely want to check out my other channel if you want, guys. It's a Gary's E-Bike Adventures. For anybody that doesn't know, I have that channel. It's out there. It's all bike content now. We do throw trike up there once in a while. We're going to try to get out there, like I said, with snow tires on these bikes. I have studded snow tires now, and it's first year that I've done that, so I can't wait to try it. This thing, you know, we're hauling right up this hill. Granted, I got it in turbo, but it's going right up the hill. That's why I'm saying, if you have hills, this 500-watt motor is fine. It really is. If you get the money, spend the extra. That would be my 2 cents on it. I would spend the extra on it for sure. If only $300 more, I would do it. But that's totally up to you. If you don't have the money and you're wondering whether or not you need to spend that $300, you probably don't need to spend that $300. I think this trike can do everything you want it to do, except for the cadence thing. So again, I'm just rotating my feet and I'm going. So I'm not getting a lot of exercise. So, you know, that's a big difference. You can lower the pass on it and try to pedal above it. And I'll show you how to do that. I have really bad streets up here, so don't mind me as I'm bouncing around. So I'm gonna put this in tour and I'm gonna pedal. And the tour is gonna bring me to about 7 miles an hour. So when I pedal to 8, I'm working at it a little bit. So that's what I mean when I say if you pedal above the pass. Like right now, I'm going up this hill to keep up 6 miles an hour. I'm pedaling pretty good, so I'm getting some exercise. So yes, you can get exercise on it if you want to. If I drop my pass up, now we're gonna go a little bit faster, but we are gonna go to the top of the next pass level, which I think we discovered was 12-ish miles an hour. And so now at about 10 miles an hour, 11, I'm starting to get a little resistance because I am going uphill. And as you can see, the watt meter is going up a little bit. So it is taking a little bit more motor to get up this hill. But if I push it all the way to turbo and I rotate my feet, this thing is just gonna fly. Now you can see the gauge here is just all the way up, and I'm just rotating my feet. I'm not pedaling at all. And I can stop pedaling and I can just hit the throttle. So if you notice, I'm just throttling now and it's doing the same thing it was doing when I'm pedaling. That's the difference between cadence and torque. Torque sensor on this bike would be very nice for me. But again, not everybody wants to put that much effort in. You can still get some exercise on this, guys. And please, if you're thinking about getting one, buy one, get out there, you know, and enjoy yourself. It's so, it's a beautiful day here. This is awesome, guys. Just getting out here, riding. I'm in the environment. I got a nice cool breeze coming over me. It's a nice fall day. It's spirit lifting. I mean, it's great. It really is. And if you're sitting there watching TV and you never hardly get out of the house, this could be a great opportunity to lift your spirits up and get out there and meet some people. I, you know, talk to people in my neighborhoods. I talk to people on the rail trails, and I meet all kinds of people getting out and doing this. I'm meeting with a friend this afternoon. We're gonna go mountain biking. We're gonna drive somewhere, we're gonna get out, we're gonna mountain bike, and we're gonna have a good time and talk together. It definitely is something to get you out of the house. You'll meet people, you can meet groups of people. If the people in your neighborhood that have bikes and trikes, you all wanna go together. It's a blast, guys. You know, get out there, it makes you feel younger, and it makes you want to get healthier too when you get out here. So, you know, if you got a little extra weight that you want to try to get rid of, you can try to get rid of it with this. It's definitely going to help, but it's going to motivate you to it's going to raise your spirits up. You're going to get out there and you're going to find that you're going to want to do more. You know, maybe you go for a trike ride and you get psyched to go home and go, you know what, I'm going to walk around the neighborhood now or whatever. But it is, I'm not kidding, it's very uplifting. It's a change of life when you start riding these trikes and bikes. And the beautiful thing is, with these pedal assist, I mean, I'm 65 years old. I don't want to kill myself on a bike. I killed myself when I was a kid, but I was a kid and I didn't know the difference. Now, there's a big difference. I don't want to kill myself. Like I said, the pedal assist is awesome. If you don't realize what pedal assist is, it's assisting your pedaling. And again, you know, you get out there, you went too far, you were pedaling too much, you're tired, just sit back, hit the throttle, guys, and go home. I'm hitting the throttle right now. Piece of cake. The beauty of these electric trikes, bikes, is if you get too tired, you're just sitting there, you know, and hit the throttle and you'll go home. We're at 90% on this battery right now, and we've been out here for 4.4 miles. and we've been out here for 22 minutes. And our average speed on this trip was 11 miles an hour. All right, we're gonna do some hills here. I'm gonna show you what this 500 watt motor can do. There is a hill over here. That one right there, you can't see, is a 12-degree hill. This one is a little bit more, you know, it changes in spots, so it's not 12 degrees all the way up, but it's a pretty darn good hill. And the cameras do not do these hills justice, but this thing is a good-sized hill. We're gonna go up on throttle if we can, all the way up the hill, and from a dead stop. So let's see what happens. This is the 500 watt motors, guys. We are doing 6, 7 miles an hour now. 7.2, 7.5, 8 miles an hour. It is leveling out a little bit, 9, 10, 11 miles an hour. Almost, we're gonna hit 12 miles an hour as this thing peaks out. So we're at 12 now, but as you can see, this 500 watt motor will bring you right up those hills. So, you know, is it necessary that you get that 750 if you got hills? Nope, not in my opinion, it's not. I've had some 750 motors that don't do that well on a hill, but not all these bikes are rated the way they should be. All the creators out there will tell you, I don't know where half these companies come up with these numbers that they're throwing out there. You know, it's a very simple formula as to your peak wattage coming out, and they're all over the charts with it. I mean, it's it shouldn't be all over the charts. It's as simple as your peak voltage. So a 48 volt battery fully charged is about 54.2, somewhere in there. It can vary. So you got, it's not 48 volts, it's 50, we'll call it 54 volts. So you take that 54 volts, and if you have call it a 14, 17 amp controller or whatever, multiply that and you'll get your peak wattage of the motor. So it's a very simple formula. So at 48 volts, when it drops down to 48 volts, your peak is going to be less because the amperage on the controller will stay the same, but the voltage gets less. So therefore the peak, that's why they call it peak. So nominal would be at 48 volts at the rated amperage of that motor. You're going to get your 750 750 watts out of the motor. So when they come up with these peaks, it's a very simple formula. So when they start quoting, you know, I got a 750 motor, but it peaks at 1800, I call malarkey on that. Don't always believe what you read, guys, or you hear. And, you know, like they say, if it's on the internet, it's got to be true. Not necessarily. So feel free to reach out to me. It's Gary at Garry'sEbikeAdventures.com. If you have any questions and you want me to answer them, you know, reach out, ask, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Definitely, if you have a local shop, you probably ought to, you know, go down there, try one. You can still buy them online if you want to. You save a little bit of money, but it is nice to have a relationship with a shop also, something to consider. I just bought a bike from a bike shop, and they're great, man. You know, I work on all my own bikes, and but I still went down there and I learned some things, and it's really nice having people that can help you out in a situation like that. So, you know, keep that in mind too. Lectric is a great company though. Their customer service really is really one of the best out there, guys, especially on the e-bike communities. If you go to the Facebook pages and stuff, you'll see that they're very good. Some of these other companies, go to their Facebook pages and read, you know, the comments, and you might realize, wow, this particular bike's got no service. So, and Lectric's always been good about their service, so that's something to consider, guys. We are going to come down here, wrap this thing up, and we'll you can decide whether or not, hopefully I helped you out, whether or not, you know, you need the 500, need the 750 or not. And if not, reach out to me with some questions. Like I said, it's Gary at Gary's ebikeadventures.com. Reach out to me with your questions. I have no problem doing it. And let's wrap this up, guys. All right, guys, so we went out there for a ride. We discussed the differences. I hope I explained to you what the differences are and whether or not you feel that you would want to spend that extra $300. You know, for me in my situation with the hills, and you saw the hills we were going up and down, the bigger battery, because I do like to go longer distance sometimes, and the torque sensor is a big one for me. So, you know, it is still a single speed though, so it's not like you can pedal like crazy, but I do like the ability to control my speed with that torque sensor. So I guess for me, I would choose to go the extra $300 and get the one with the bigger battery, bigger motor, and a torque sensor. It'd be well worth it for me, guys. But that decision's up to you. You might live in Florida. You might only travel at 7 miles an hour. You can set the pass on this thing for 2, and you can do your 7 miles an hour on it. So again, totally up to you guys. It's fall here, leaves are falling down. Guys, if you want this one or you want the 750 version of it, please use my link. I'm sorry I don't have any money off. Lectric doesn't do that because they give you such a great price to start with. They can't afford to give more money off. So if you can use my link, guys, it helps the channel. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming along today. And if you liked your content that you saw today, please hit that like and subscribe on the way out. We do this stuff all the time. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching my video today. And if you are interested in buying a bike or something, please check with my affiliate links. That helps the channel out greatly. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe on the way out. And thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you.